And
Mhm.
it reminds me of one of the things that you said that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I understood something along the lines of that pornography completely separates the emotional component of healthy sexual relationships.
Yes.
Why is it? And why does pornography do that? And why is it important to have emotions attached to sex?
Well, the way it does it is because your brain is set up to want to respond to endorphins. And the endorphins, it's almost like the perfect storm. Testosterone gives who's ever on testosterone, which is usually men, it basically gives a tunnel vision. It wants variety and it also wants to move. It wants impulsivity. It wants to move now. And it also wants to feel good. And so if you think about it, when you get endorphins, you feel all those things. It's just that in a loving relationship, the variety, you learn to oversee that for this loving person. But with porn, because you're really turning into an addict, it's the same as the 12 steps for alcoholics, for drug users, for gamblers, for any other kind of addict. The way they become an addict is they numb to the emotional. The drug, the hit, helps them numb. And the reason they're getting the hit of pornography is to calm their anxiety down in between the endorphins. After the endorphin is at the peak, then it starts going down, and that presents as very anxious. And so, like if a guy who was addicted to porn tried to have a normal relationship, and if he could achieve an erection, which he may not be able to do, he would be he would have a hard time with a real person because it wouldn't be fast enough, it wouldn't be variable enough, and they wouldn't have the types of actions, the very impulsive, different kinds of just deviant forms almost of sex that are not a turn on. They're only a turn on if you're high on endorphins.
Okay.
And with sex, with real sex, you're high on oxytocin, which is a bonding hormone. And that is nowhere near anything in porn. Porn doesn't give you a bonding feeling, it gives you a feeling of performance, doing it, so you can get the endorphins you need.
By the way, brother, today I want to invite you to my exclusive video on the 3 secret strategies that I want you to use to quit adult content forever. In this exclusive video, you'll find everything you need to know to quit this addiction forever. You can get access to this exclusive video by simply clicking the link in the description of this video. Enjoy, brother. And I have a question along those lines. So, I have a theory that maybe the widespread, not only use, but availability of pornography
Mm-hmm.
has impacted, let's say, the culture of casual sex. What's your opinion on that?
Oh, I think it definitely has. You know, anytime I'm really I'm about healthy relationships, and so creation sex is not really part of my brand. Like when people say have casual sex, yeah, I call that recreational sex. And to me, I think sex is very sacred. The what gives it its sacredness and its covenant or value is the fact that you're sharing this with one person. And that allows you to get very deep, philosophically, spiritually, and intimately with one person. But if you're addicted to porn, that would frighten you because you're only going for the brain chemistry is telling you you're spending too long here. Move on, more, more, more. And it's that drive, but it's not because necessarily the person wants that. Most porn addicts I counsel are miserable. They're depressed, they're anxious, they have no self-esteem. no confidence. They're not attractive at all when you first meet them, because what we need to feel sexually interested in someone is a level of confidence. And most porn addicts are not confident. They're only confident if they'll be able to pull your hair, throw you on the floor, have several of you in line for the rest of the day. And that's already the addict's approach. So with pornography, you are an addict. You cannot love, because the only thing you love is your next person who's going to give you that hit, that drug of endorphin. And so that's going to be the screen.
I completely
They get crazy when you take their phones away. Like one of these exercises when I work with them is, okay, everybody who has a phone, we're collecting them and we're going to keep them up here. It's almost impossible. And then if they give you their phone, they'll say, well, I need my watch. And I'm like, no, can't have your watch either. Like you have to get naked if you're going to be in here, of all those devices that could turn the addiction. But they will go through DTs in a sense. They're very awful. They're nasty when they're not getting their drug. They're very depleted. They're very anxious. They're very worried. They are not nice people. They're irritable. All of those things. Breaking this habit is really a rough thing.
By the way, brother, if you're deeply struggling with your addiction to adult content, today I want to introduce you to Covenant Eyes, which is the world's best adult content blocker. I love that Covenant Eyes is currently helping millions of men around the globe to quit this addiction. And fortunately for you, I've partnered with Covenant Eyes, and today I want to give you access to it for free. Simply click the first link in the description and use the promo code IMPROVEMENT when signing up to your free trial to Covenant Eyes.